Hi YouTube, it's Julie again, and this video is going to be about preparing for surgery and also what I can expect the morning of surgery when I do go to the hospital. And same thing for my family who is going to be there with me. Preparing for surgery, just in case if you are a diabetic, it does say that hemoglobin A1C must be under an 8. So for diabetics who do go into surgery, you have to have that level under control. If for some reason you do go in and it is not under an 8, they will not perform your operation. They did tell us that. I personally am not a diabetic, but in case of anyone out there is, or knows someone who is, and they're thinking about the surgery, you do have to maintain your hemoglobin level. Also, important cardiac info. If you have an implanted cardiac defibrillator, you must contact your cardiologist and have the defibrillator interrogated within 2 weeks prior to your surgery. There's no exceptions. So for people who have the pacemaker, you do have to go in and have it approved by your cardiologist, or they will not do your surgery. The bariatric unit at the St. Vincent Bariatric of Excellence, I guess they say you do have a private room. Of course, you have your TVs, internet service, cell phone usage is okay. You're allowed to have 2 visitors in the room at a time. Up there on the floor, they said they have 2 family lounges to accommodate people. If you're doing okay that first night out of surgery and you do have a family member who wants to stay, it is the night nurse's call. Now, if they think that you're stable enough and you can have a visitor, they will put a cot in the room for you. So, for your husband or wife or brother, sister, mom, dad, whoever. If anyone does want to stay with you, they can. Now, if you're not stable in the room, I believe they can stay in the family lounge. They said they don't want like 20 people camping out up there because the family lounges really don't accommodate that many. But if you do have someone who wants to stay, they will be able to stay with you, whether it's in your room or in the lounge. Also, you will be arriving to the hospital 2 to 2.5 hours before your surgery. I have to look again. I don't even know what time I'm supposed to be there. I know it's bright and early, that's for sure. I've got a very, very early surgery scheduled. We go through entrance 5 there at the St. Vincent Hospital in Carmel. They do have valet parking. They tell everybody to keep your luggage in the car. I can't wear no jewelry. For the patients who do have the breathing problem, they tell you to, if you have a CPAP machine, BiPAP machine, you must bring it to the hospital. Even if you're not using it at home, you have to bring that to the hospital. This is leave it in your car until you're moved to your room on the bariatric unit, and don't forget the spirometer, which is the little breathing thing. You suck in, and you raise the level. So I do have that. And yes, I've been practicing. I need to do it, make sure I do it like 4 times a day instead of like 2, but I do practice with it. The morning of surgery, I will sign my surgery consents, like the one of all the risk and complications. I will be asked if I have a living will. However, I do have the paperwork, but I'm only 31. So I know I don't have a living will. Will I sign it before I go in? I don't know. It just depends. I've contemplated about it. I mean, of course, I'm married, so my husband, of course, naturally would get everything, but I really don't want to think about a living will being 31. So as of right now, no, I don't. Yes, I have the paperwork to sign it. It'll probably be a spur-of-the-moment thing. I really don't know. Makes me nervous. I will get a beautiful bariatric gown. I imagine it opens in the front since they're going to be operating on your stomach. It says the family can, or TED hose. Oh yeah, those lovely white, beautiful hose they put on your legs to keep from blood clots, but they are very important. It says a family will stay with me then, and then most patients will walk to the surgical suite themselves. I'm kind of nervous, but okay. It says anti-nausea patches will be placed behind your ear, and then it says do not touch these patches. This is the medication can rub off onto your hands, and then for some reason if you would itch your eye or put your finger in your mouth, it can cause like severe irritation to your eye. So whatever you do, they put the nausea patch behind your ear. I guess I think you wear it for like a week, they said, but you don't touch it. It said it can cause, if you do rub your eyes, it says here it can cause blurred vision for several days. So yeah, I definitely will not be touching my nausea patch behind my ear. Surgery. I have a 2-hour block for surgery, so I am scheduled for 2 hours, which is kind of nice to know that they're not like every hour back to back. I was kind of worried about that. I was like, oh God, you know, how long am I gonna, you know, am I scheduled for? They do give you a full 2 hours. They say most surgeries take about an hour and a half to hour and 45 minutes. They do allow a 2-hour window. Of course, for some reason, if it would take longer than 2 hours, then they would roll over into the patient's next block, and they would just be behind schedule all day. But they say usually 2 hours is good. They do put a breathing tube in. They pull it out before you wake up. They said you can be dry, scratchy. I've never had a problem with breathing tubes. I can't even tell they're in. They call it an abdominal binder. You have to wear this for 2 weeks. It's like a huge, thick ace bandage, and we're talking huge, because you gotta remember their patients are big people, bigger than I am, big people. So this thing is massive. It's probably they're gonna have to like cut it to fit me, which is kind of a good feeling. But you have to wear that for 2 weeks. It just kind of helps support everything. It holds you in place. Kind of helps you if you have to cough, sneeze, things like that. And then a drain. Terrified of a drain. My father-in-law had a drain. Nastiest thing ever. It's this tube that hangs out of your abdomen. It's got a ball on the end, and you can drain the blood when it fills up, and it's so gross. And they keep it in until the liquid turns clear in it, and you can get blood clots in it, and it can clog the drains so they don't drain properly. Then you have to go to the hospital or have a nurse do it because it's something wrong. And not only that, but when you go and they remove this drain, they like clip a stitch, they grab the hose, and in one big sweeping motion, they pull this like 3 feet of tube out of your abdomen. And I am terrified. I pray to God I don't have a drain, because if I do, I probably won't come home until they take it out. and I'll probably pass out every time I look at it, because it's just the thought of a drain. And you won't know until you wake up, because it's the surgeon's call. And and I told my husband this, that's the one thing, if I did back out of this, it would be because of a drain. And my surgeon knows that too, that I'm really like I don't want it. I don't even think about it. It's disgusting. Very nasty. Anyways, it says the bariatric unit, the nurses will monitor the heart rate and the oxygen levels. I mentioned that in one of my other videos. You have to wear light colored fingernail polish or no fingernail polish at all. It says I'll obviously feel thirsty, and I can sip from the medicine cups, which are these tiny little, these tiny little cups here. Yeah, that's what you drink out of. It says weight gain may occur. Everybody's like, what the heck? We're coming in for a weight loss surgery and you're telling us we're going to gain weight? Said we can gain like 10 to 15 pounds. Or we're like, seriously? You know, just kind of random, because nobody wants to gain weight. We're going in for weight loss surgery, but it says that it is just simply all water weight and everything will go away. Sippy cups. Oh, it says right here, drink from sippy cups for 4 weeks. I thought it was only a couple. No, it's 4 weeks. IV medication will change to oral pain medicine as you begin taking liquids. So pain management. Upon discharge from hospital, you will receive a prescription for pain medication. Medications are also available for nausea, gas, and sleep and itching. So it looks like I will be IV controlled pain medicine probably that first day, I imagine. And then I'm sure either that night or the next day you go to your oral pain medication, which is fine with me. It says walking is not an option for bariatric patients. That's nice to know. It's not an option. You have to do it. It says nurses will help you begin walking within 2 to 3 hours of arrival in your room. So within 2 to 3 hours after your surgery, you are up. They say the Bariatric Center, it's a great big circle, and they have dry erase boards. You can put your name up, and every time you make a lap, you put a tally mark. That way they know that you are up walking, and they know approximately how far you have walked by your tally marks. So that'll be fun. They say, you know, like the first night or the second night, if you have to stay, you're on the floor walking with everybody and all these fat women, excuse me, I shouldn't say that, are up walking. It's probably more like a waddle or a shuffle. I'm just being honest, because you've had surgery. You're going to be sore. You're going to be doped up on pain medicine. And they say everybody has these sugar-free popsicles. And then after a while, like, the competitiveness comes out in people. And especially in people who've, like, never had it, because you're like 500-600 pounds. So what are you going to be competitive at? I shouldn't be that way. I'm sorry. And go back to my room because I don't know about all that. It was quite funny though in our class that they were explaining that, and we're like, really? You know, who would have thought? But who knows? You know, I may get competitive too after my anesthesia and everything, and won all the tally marks on the board. I don't know. But anyway, it seems like everybody's in good spirits up there, and everybody does get along. They do encourage you to find somebody to walk with, possibly get an email address or phone number so you can text message, become friends on Facebook, things like that. Because who else to have a support? Who else is better, you know, at being a support person than someone else going through the exact same thing you are at the exact same time? So I will probably look for someone, whether it's close, far, I don't know where they'll live, but someone that I can, you know, if I have a question, or if I can say, hey, you know, today, man, this really sucked, you know, have you ran into this yet, or is this normal? A friend who's going through the same thing, a new friend, they say that you make friends up there really easy. So, I'm excited about that. And then again, here on these papers, it just tells you walk, 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 and walk some more. You cannot really do any strenuous exercise until your surgeon releases you. You definitely don't want to, because you don't want to cause any damages or anything to all that healing that's inside. So 4 weeks. You go for a 4-week checkup, and that is when your doctor most likely will release you. That way, if you do want to go to the gym, or you do want to pursue Zumba, or a fitness class, or something, you know, fun, aerobics, kickboxing, I don't know, whatever it is that you may want to try, because before the surgery, you know, you wouldn't be able to. But after you start losing 20, 50, 60, 80, 100 pounds, your body, you're going to be experiencing and doing things that you've never thought possible. Like right now, for instance, say for me personally, I was put in charge of a cheer team. Yes. Third, fourth, and fifth graders. Okay. I am not a cheerleader. I do not look like a cheerleader. I physically have never cheered in my life. You know, maybe in like a game of beer pong or something. I don't know. I may have cheered on somebody to take some shots or something before. But as far as physically being a cheerleader, no, that's not me. So I'm put in charge of these girls. I have nine girls on my squad. This is fairly new. We had our first practice yesterday. And it's like, oh my gosh. But can I imagine if I lose the 80 to 100 pounds that I'm expected to lose next year with these girls? I can help them now, but I just think in the future, what will I really be able to do next year? I mean, don't get me wrong. I have the help of a wonderful junior high cheerleader. I love her, Jillian. She's great. Hi, if you're out there. She is wonderful. And don't get me wrong. She does physically, she does 99% of it, because I can go around, I can critique the girls, I can help them on their fists, their biggies, little e's, I can help them with their kicks, stuff like that, you know, on way to point their toes. But can I physically get up there and do the jumps? Heck no, I can't do it. So for me, you know, I'm glad that I'm involved this year, because I know that I'll keep my coach's position most likely for next year. And next year to be 100 pounds lighter, not only that, but when the games start, which they don't start till September, to be in front of all those people in the stands, you know, be up front, especially with a group of girls and cheerleaders, and be a coach and be representing. I want to be healthy. I want to be fit. I want to look cute. You know, I'm just being honest here. So for me, that's kind of my long-term goal with these girls. Even though my daughter goes on to 6th grade, boo, I won't have her, but I will have, you know, a new group of girls next year, and a new body, and a new attitude, and a new, I just want my sexy back. That's where I'm at. That's me. That's what I want. That's my personal goal. One of them anyways. I have several, don't get me wrong. But for me right now in my life today, that is where I want to be in a year, and helping the young girls because they are an inspiration and they're fun and I love them. They're bubbly. But that was my video this time around, and I'm not real sure what's coming up next. Who knows? It might even be the morning of surgery. So take care, guys. Thanks for watching. If you know anybody, spread my channel. Good times. If you're not a subscriber, you can subscribe. That way you'll get notification of any new video I post. And after the 20th, for some reason, if I don't post any and I'm not on Facebook, then you know something went really bad. But I hope not. I'm staying positive through this. So have a good week. Thanks, guys. Bye.